What's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of Benny the Booth Podcast, episode 128. Thank you all so much for the support to this point. I very much do appreciate it. I ended up doing the episode pre-recorded, A, because I am doing it a day later, and I have school on Mondays. And B, I ended up going out for the weekend, and I didn't come back till basically by the time Sunday Night Baseball started. So there wasn't much of a point for me to do the podcast yesterday. So today is going to include through Sunday, and then next week we'll start from today, which there aren't even that many games today, and already is underway. Hold on a minute. So that is why this week's episode is coming out a day later than usual. I'm also in a different perspective because I have been dealing with water problems for the last few weeks with storms in New York. So that is why in this perspective, uh, instead of the usual perspective for this week's episode, as I do not want to be filming while sitting in towels filled with water. But everything is good, all set. Um, and yeah, this week we've got MLB news to go over, and I've even got a bonus uh thing I wanted to mention. Something that sounds too coincidental to not become true, and I'm gonna honestly start with that. I don't usually talk about basketball or hockey on this channel, but uh, I am gonna throw something in for once. I have an analogy for hockey that I think I know who's gonna win the Stanley Cup next year. Which, yes, this is unusual for this channel, but I have a theory. Uh, and that theory is I think Edmonton's gonna win the Stanley Cup. And here's why. Last year's Eastern Conference Finals, Boston and Miami. Boston goes down 0-3, forces Game 7 on one of the flukiest buzzer beaters in probably basketball history, if not even sports history, just to get completely squashed at home in Game 7, and Miami advanced to the NBA Finals. What happened this year in the playoffs? Boston won the NBA Finals and won their 18th title in franchise history, which is now the most in NBA history. What happened in the Stanley Cup this year finals? Edmonton went down 0-3 to Florida, forced Game 7 in Florida, but Florida Panthers won Game 7. And I think, based on how similar Boston and Edmonton's 0-3 mirror comebacks to not completing the comebacks are, I think Edmonton's going to win. Now, obviously, there are a whole bunch of differences. One was in the round before the championship, and one was actually in the championship. One Game 7 was at home, one Game 7 was on the road. But I think it just sounds too coincidental and too similar for it to not play out that way. And so I have Edmonton Oilers. Based on that theory, that's why I think they're going to win the Stanley Cup. And honestly, if they do, I will laugh my head off. But it just sounds too coincidental to not be true and to not happen. But we'll see what happens. This week, I'm also going to be I'm going to be at Yankees Reds on the 4th of July, as I do have completely off 4th of July from college, and might as well take advantage of the day off. So I will be at Yankees Reds this weekend uh, for 4th of July game. Oh, actually, none of the games have started yet. Never mind. I thought Blue Jays were 12, but never mind. So it will be my second Yankee game this year, and might be my last, might be not. We'll see. But at the moment, that's my last, as of right now, planned game to go to. I have no idea if I'm going to any other games or not this year. And then that's pretty much it. So let's just get right to it. So going back to Sunday, that's beat the Cubs on Sunday Night Baseball 5-2. Luis Severino's 10 strikeouts is sixth time he's done so in his career without any walks, and first since August 31st of 2010. Also getting 10th strikeout after 12 pitch at bat versus Bellinger's most pitches he's thrown in an at bat, ending in a strikeout in his career. Also makes him fourth pitcher with at least one 10-plus strikeout game with both Yankees and Mets joining Al Leiter, David Cone, and Orlando El Duque Hernandez. Phillies beat the Diamondbacks 4-1. Christopher Sanchez, his first Phillies pitcher to allow one homer or less through his first 15 starts of a season since Jake Peavy in 2007, and first Philly to do so over any 15-game span since Jerry Koosman in 1984. Sanchez is also the fifth pitcher in MLB history and only second in the last 100 years with a sub-3 ERA, 70 strikeouts, and 25 or less walks, and no more than one homer allowed through first 15 starts of the season, joining Bill Gullickson in 1981, Walter Johnson in 1914, Grover and 16, Grover Alexander in 1915, and Charles Bender in 1912. Rays beat the Pirates 3-1. Yandy Diaz's first pitch of the game, leadoff home run, his first Ray to do so since he did it himself against Waka on August 26th of 2022. Guardians beat the Blue Jays 6-5. Stephen Kwan 390 batting average and 537 slugging at the time is tied for fourth best batting average in first 49 games of played in a season since 2000, minimum 150 play appearances, tied with 2017 Justin Turner with a 575 slug, and behind 2009 Joe Mauer, who had 395 batting average and 697 slug, 2008 Chipper Jones with 418 batting average and 674 slug, and 2000 Todd Helton 420 batting average and 824 slug. Tigers beat the White Sox 11-2. Tigers 9 runs through the first 2 innings. It's first time doing so since September 20th of 2018 against Kansas City Royals. Astros beat the Orioles 8-1. Jordan Westburg solo home run in the 6th extended their Orioles franchise longest consecutive games homer streak to 22. That would end the very next day. Rangers beat the Royals 4-0. Rangers 22 straight scoreless innings this game between Max Scherzer and Jose Urena since the 6th inning of the Friday game. Its longest such streak since September of 2016 when it had 23 innings, ended the next day at 26. And Urena is first Texas reliever to record a save of 4 more innings since C.J. Wilson on August 26th of 2005 against the Twins, or I believe his save. Nationals beat the Rockies 2-1. Marks Nationals' first series win at Colorado since April 24th to the 27th of 2017. Also, Irvin's 10 strikeouts joins DJ Hurts and Mackenzie Gore for Nationals' most double-digit strikeout performances by a starting pitcher since 2021. 2021. Twins beat the A's 3-0. Pablo Lopez 8 shutout innings, 2 hits, 1 walk, 14 strikeouts, marks his second 14-plus strikeout game with the Twins and has third most 14-plus strikeout games in Twins/Senators history behind Walter Johnson's 4, Camilo Pascal, Johan Santana, and Burt Bly 11-3. He and Glasnow are the only pitchers with multiple games with 14-plus strikeouts since the start of last season. Also between the final 17 outs from Bailey Ober's complete game the day before and first 17 outs from this game from Lopez, this marks first stretch in Twins history that Twins pitchers retired 34 straight batters and first by any team since the Yankees between April 9th and 10th of 2017. That is it from Monday. Rays beat the Orioles 3-2. Gunnar Henderson leadoff double and first extends his on-base streak to 31 games, which is longest such streak in 22 years old or younger Orioles/St. Louis Browns history. Ahead of 1939 Johnny Berardino and 1935 Harlan Clift, who were at 30. Phillies beat the Tigers 8-1. Phillies number 30 prospect Michael Mercado, major league debut, 1 perfect inning, no walks, 1 strikeout. Carson Kelly was that 1 strikeout. Phillies also turned the first ever 1-3-5 triple play in MLB hit, which was first MLB since July 7th, 11th of 1929 by the Tigers against the Boston Red Sox. And the Padres beat the Nationals 7-6 in 10 innings. Jurickson Profar walk-off RBI single caps a 4-run inning comeback from down 6-3, which is second time in Padres history they went down 3+ runs in extra innings, along with July 5th of 1969 against the Houston Astros. For June 25th, Angels beat the A's 7-5. Armando Alvarez is sixth A's player with 3+ hits in the game, where he got his first major league hit, not his debut, by the way, in the last 50 seasons, joining April 8th, 2015, Mark Hanna, June 8th, 2011, Jamal Weeks, June 9th, 2006, Mike Rouse, September 3rd, 1997, Ben Grieve, and August 24th, 1986, Mark McGwire. For June 26th, Brewers beat the Rangers 6-5 in 10 innings. At 20 years old and 107 days old, Jackson Chourio is the youngest player with an inside-the-park home run since Ken Griffey Jr. on May 21st, 1989 versus the Yankees, and when he was 19 years and 181 days old. He's also the first Brewer with an inside-the-park home run since Yelich on August 6, 2020 against the White Sox, along with Jake Bauer's grand slam homer in the game. It's the first time Milwaukee has grand slam homer and inside the park home run in the same game on separate homers, and twice has had two inside the park grand slams in the same game, with the last being back in Ogilvy on September 26th of 1980. Angels beat A's 5-2. Zach Neto and his first Angels infielder with at least 10 homers and 10 stolen bases before All-Star break since Troy lost in 2000. Orioles beat the Guardians 4-2. Joneski Noel's solo home run in the second makes him fourth Cleveland player to hit homer in his first career AB, joining Kevin Kuzmanoff on September 2nd, 2006, Jay Bell on September 29th, 1986, Earl Averill on April 16, 1929. The homer was first pitch after losing the bat on swing from the first pitch to the very next pitch out. Gunnar Henderson taking game-tying solo home run in the fifth is his 26th homer of the season. This season, which is tied for most homers by a shortstop in team's first 80 games of the season, tied with 1998 A-Rod and 1960 Ernie Banks. Most homers by a shortstop in a season is 2002 A-Rod with 57, and also 2001 A-Rod with 52. He is also one shy of Orioles record held by Brady Anderson from 1996, 26, and 16 shy of MLB record held by Ronald Acuna Jr. from 2023, 41. For most homers out of the leadoff spot in team's first 80 games of a season. He also is tied for second most homers in the team's first 80 games of a season, 22 years old or younger, behind 2021 Vlad Jr., 27, and tied with 1998 A-Rod, 1959 Harmon Killebrew, and 1953 Eddie Matthews. His also 33-game on-base streak is longest by Orioles player since 2009. Nick Markakis, 38, from July 5th to August 18th. His 26 homers is also tied for seventh most in a single season by a shortstop in Baltimore Orioles history, and is 8 shy of Kevin Jr.'s franchise record of 34 in 1991 through 80 games. Mets beat the Yankees 12-2. Aaron Judge's 2-run homer in the sixth is his 30th homer this season, and makes it the second time he's hit 30 home runs in their first 80 games of the season, multiple times for the second time in his career, which is tied for second behind Babe Ruth, Mark McGwire, and Barry Bonds 4 times, and tied with Albert Pujols, Sammy Sosa, Roger Maris, Jose Canseco, and Ken Griffey Jr. Dodgers beat the White Sox 4-0. Shohei Ohtani leadoff homer on the 6th pitch of the game, marks 10 straight games with at least 1 RBI for Ohtani, which is the longest single-season streak by a Dodger player since 1920, ahead of 1955 Roy Campanella, 1944 Augie Gallen, and 1924 Eddie Brown. Technically, Matt Kemp did too, but did so in 2011-2012, over 2 seasons. Also, I forget if that was that game or the day before. Almost missed first base on homer. Miguel Rojas double in the 4th inning makes Dodgers 24-0 in games where he gets at least 1 hit this season, which is the longest streak of a team with wins when a certain player has a hit to start a season since 1900, ahead of 2010 Carlos Pena's 20 with the Rays, 1931 Jimmy Fox 19 with the Philadelphia Athletics, and 1962 Don Drysdale with the Dodgers. And 1903 long Tom Hughes 18 with the Red Sox. Gavin Stone complete game shutout, his first Dodger complete game of any kind since Walker Buehler's complete game shutout on April 25th of 2022, and at 25 years old and 255 days old, is youngest Dodger with a shutout since Clayton Kershaw on July 2nd, 2013, at 25 years and 105 days old. As if for June 26th, for June 27th, White Sox beat the Braves 1-0. Luis Robert Jr. solo home run in his first time the White Sox won a game 1-0 on a solo home run since September 23rd, 2023 at Boston, also via Louis Bob solo home run in the ninth. First time did so at home since August 10th, 2018 Daniel Palka walk-off homer. Marlins beat the Phillies 7-4. Josh Bell RBI double in seventh is his 200th career double. Orioles beat the Rangers 11-2 in their first meeting since the 2023 ALCS. Colton Cowser's leadoff home run in the eighth is Orioles' 57th home run in June, which is tied for second most in a calendar month in Orioles history, tied with August 2017 and behind May 1987's 58 and most in June in Orioles history, and third most in MLB behind only 2023 Braves 61 and 2022 Yankees 58. The Blue Jays beat Yankees 9-2. George Springer's 3-run homer in the first and second makes him first player with 2 homers of 3+ runs in the first 2 innings of a game since Hanley Ramirez on August 12th of 2016. Angels beat the Tigers 5-0. Davis Daniel in first MLB start got the win, giving up 4 hits, no walks, and 8 strikeouts, making him the fourth Angels pitcher to go 8+ scoreless innings in first MLB start, joining August 21st, 1969, Steve Keeley, who had a complete game shutout. September 6th, 1968, Andy Messersmith, also complete game shutout. And September 26th, 1964, Bel Kelso also had a complete game shutout. Also, his 8 strikeouts is tied for second most strikeouts in first MLB start in Angels history, tied with April 25th, 1964, Bob Lee, and behind April 18th, 1965, Rudy Mays 10. June 28th, I almost said September. Brewers beat the Cubs 4-2. Jackson Trio's go-ahead grand slam homer in the fourth makes him at 20 years and 109 days old the youngest player with a grand slam since Jose Reyes at 20 years and 4 days on June 15, 2003. Is also 10th youngest player with the grand slam since 1900, older than only Tony Conigliaro on June 3rd, 1964 at 19 years, 148 days. Al Kaline on June 11th, 1954 at 19 years and 174 days. So August 22nd, 1912, Eddie Onslow, 19 years, 187 days. April 18th, 1958, Veda Pinson, 19 years, 250 days. May 16th, 1936, Phil Cavalera, 19 years, 302 days. June 21st, 1956, Harmon Killebrew, 19 years, 358 days. June 15, 2003, Jose Reyes, 20 years, 38 days. And July 15, 1938, Bobby Doerr, 20 years, 99 days. Last 20-year-old to hit a grand slam was Vlad Jr. with 2 and 11 days span in 2019. Phillies beat the Marlins 2-0. Christopher Sanchez's first Philly starter to go 10 straight starts without allowing a homer since Roy Halladay in 2011, and first Philly starter to allow no more than 1 homer over any 16 start span since Jerry Kuzma in 1984, which does include the game I was at, which he started. Rays beat the Nationals 3-1. Yandy Diaz leadoff single in the third makes hit and 20-game hit streak for him, which is longest in Rays history since Jason Bartlett. It's 19 from May 15th to June 25th of 2009. How was it 1950? Orioles beat the Rangers 2-1. Albert Suarez won 6 innings for the first time in 7 years plus 361 days, last doing so on July 3rd of 2016. This is for in MLB, as of course he was in other countries previously. Last pitcher to go at least that long between 6+ innings pitch outings in MLB was Terry Clark of 8 years and 311 days between September 11th, 1988 to July 19th, 1997. Yankees hammered the Blue Jays 16-5. This W was for the Yankees is tied for third largest win when trailing entering the sixth inning in Yankees history, tied with August 20th, 1933 at the White Sox of plus 11 runs, and behind August 25th, 2011 versus the A's, and April 30th, 1923 at the Washington Senators of plus 13, and August 28th, 2004 at the Blue Jays plus 12. Padres beat the Red Sox 9-2, 9-run fifth. Marks first team time since June 12th, 2015 for the Blue Jays, also versus the Red Sox, scored 9 times with their first 9 hitters, meaning all 9 runs scored their second trip before their second trip through the lineup. Also, third time in Padres history, they scored at least 9 runs in an inning before recording it up. Only 10 times before recording it out on May 31st, 1994, part of a 13-run inning. Braves beat the Pirates 6-1 with the W. Charlie Moore now has earned a W versus every MLB team, becoming the 22nd pitcher to do so, and along with Max Scherzer, Justin Verlander, and Garrett Cole as the only active players to do so. Moore now has not surrendered a run over at least 6 innings this year, with the only Braves pitchers 40 years old or older to do so more times in one season is Warren Spahn 7 in 1963 and 5 in 64, and Phil Niekro 7 times in 1960, 81, and 4 in 1982. I think 6 starts, not 6 innings, but I don't know. Either ways, Giants beat the Dodgers 5-3. Brett Wisely walk-off 2-run homer. In ninth is Giants San Francisco / New York Giants 31st walk-off homer versus the Dodgers. Among the others was Orlando Cepeda on August 18, 1961, who passed away that day, which, by the way, rest in peace to Orlando Cepeda. Not just MLB legend, but even MLB The Show legend. I'm not sure if he's still in the game, but definitely an MLB The Show legend of the past. Now, June 29th, Padres beat the Red Sox 11-1. Jackson Merrill's solo home run in the fourth is his 9th in June, which is tied for most by a rookie in San Diego Padres history in a calendar month, with July of 2016 Ryan Schimpf. Which, by the way, Jackson Merrill, this was a homecoming for him because I think he's originally from Boston. Anyways, Braves beat the Pirates 2-1 in 10 innings. Paul Skeens 6 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts, marked 70 career strikeouts for him, which is 7th most strikeouts in first 9 career appearances since 1901, behind 1998 Kerry Wood's 85, 1955 Herb Scorer's 82, 1983 Jose De Leon's 80, 2010 Steven Strasburg's and 1995 Hideo Nomo's 75, 2014 Masahiro Tanaka, and 1984 Doc Gooden's 73, and 1966 to 1968 Nolan Ryan's 71, as he wasn't always a starting pitcher. His 70 strikeouts and 10 walks makes him second pitcher with 70 plus strikeouts and 10 or less walks in first 9 appearances since 1901, joining Masahiro Tanaka's 73 strikeouts and 8 walks. Dodgers beat the Giants 14-7 in 11 innings, 7-run for 11th for the Dodgers, which makes the 7-run win Dodgers' second largest extra inning win since 1901, August 29th, 1954, against at the Milwaukee Braves, where they won by 8 runs in 11 innings. The Orioles beat the Rangers 6-5. Heston Kjerstad's grand slam in the 5th marks 60 home runs in June for the Orioles, which is 3rd most in a calendar month in Major League history, behind the August 2019 Yankees 74 and June 2023 Braves 61. Anthony Santander's game-tying solo home run in the 2nd is his 13th in June, which is tied for 2nd most in homers in a calendar month in Orioles / St. Louis Browns history, tied with May 2014 Nelson Cruz, July 1966 Frank Robinson, and behind August 1961 Jim Gentile, and August 1938 Harold Clift. And then, who had 15? who both had 15. And then as for yesterday, the Brewers hammered the Cubs 7-1. Bryce throwing grand slam homer in the fourth makes Brewers second team in MLB history with 5 grand slams in an 8-game span, joining 2020 Slam Diego, who had 3 overlapping spans. Brewers' last 5 bases loaded hits have been grand slams, the second longest such streak since 1961, also behind 2020 Slam Diego's 6. Also, most grand slams in 8 games than in 38 of the first 55 seasons of Brewers history. First time hitting more than 3 grand slams in a month, and first multiple grand slam homestand since June 2007 between Bill Hall and Johnny Straw versus the Giants and Diamondbacks. First time 3 grand slams in the homestand since 1986 to Liscano, Cecil Cooper, and Don Money against the Red Sox. Phillies beat the Marlins 7-6. Phillies 5 errors is the most in the game for them since May 17, 2005 against the Cardinals. Rays beat the Nationals 5-0. Isaac Paredes' 4th inning triple is his first triple since June 9th, 2021. Giants beat the Dodgers 10-4. Giants 10 doubles in this game is tied for second most doubles in a game in their history between New York and San Francisco. Tied with June 9th, 1901, and behind April 11th, 1912 against Brooklyn Dodgers with 12 doubles. First home series W versus Dodgers since June 10th to the 12th, 2022. Tigers beat the Angels 7-6. Justin Henry Malloy inside the park home run is first Tiger to do so since Victor Reyes on August 27, 2021 versus the Blue Jays, and first at Angel Stadium since Tommy La Stella on June 25th, 2019 against the Reds. Twins beat the Mariners 5-3. Trevor Larnach 2-run homer in the 8th Twins now has homered in 19 straight games with 30 homers in that span, which is second longest streak of any of games with a homer in MLB this year, behind only Orioles in 2022 from June 1st to the 23rd. And the Rangers beat the Orioles 11-2. Derek Hill had a 2-homer game. Wyatt Langford hit for the cycle, which was the first one ever on Sunday Night Baseball, and is also 8th cycle within first 60 games. Career games in the last 75 seasons, joining Ellie De La Cruz last year on June 23rd, Fred Lewis on May 13th, 2007, July 28th, 2006, Luke Scott, September 18th, 1980, Gary Ward, and April 16th, 1972, Dave Kingman. 11th cycle in Rangers history, and first since Carlos Gomez on April 29th, 2017. That is it for the notes. And now for standings update. In the AL East, Orioles in first place at 53-31, followed by the 54-32 Yankees, followed by the 44-39 Red Sox, followed by the 42-42 Rays, followed by the 38-45 Blue Jays. And for the AL Central, the Guardians in first place at 52-30, followed by the 47-37 Twins, followed by the 47-39 Royals, followed by the 38-46 Tigers, followed by the 24-62 White Sox. In the AL West, the Mariners in first place at 47-39, followed by the 42-41 Astros, followed by the 38-46 Rangers, followed by the 36-47 Angels, followed by the 30-56 A's. And then the NL East, Phillies in first place at 59-5-29, followed by the 46-36 Braves, followed by the 40-41 Mets, followed by the 39-44 Nationals, followed by the 30-54 Marlins. For the AL Central, the Brewers in first place in 50-34, followed by the 43-40 Cardinals, followed by the 40-43 Pirates, followed by the 39-45 Reds, followed by the 39-46 Cubs, and then the NL West Dodgers in first place at 52-33, followed by the 46-42 Padres, followed by the 41-43 Diamondbacks, followed by the 41-44 Giants, followed by the 28-55 Rockies. Scheduled for today, which is just 3 games. Astros and Blue Jays at 3:07, Hunter Brown against Yadiel Rodriguez. Mets and Nationals at 6:45, David Peterson against Kenzie Gore. And Brewers at Rockies at 8:40, Bryce Wilson against Austin Gomber. That is it for this week's episode of the podcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening. And if you're new on YouTube, leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell so you're notified when I go live and I post a new video. If you're new on audio, follow the podcast, leave a review, hit the notification bell so you're notified when I post them there. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I will see you next week's episode 129. Bye!